Richard, always great to have the opportunity to talk to you. How you holding up? What's going on?
Well, I spent the weekend drinking and eating with friends up in Rhinebeck, New York.
Yeah.
About 14 guys. We played poker, watched the game, worked out. It was great. I'm exhausted, and this is truly a difficult thing to do, and I'm working up every bit of energy.
Okay, but were you, did you want the Rams? Or was that your team?
I have to admit, I have many dear friends who like the Rams.
Yeah.
They're actually from LA. And I have one very good friend who's from the Cincinnati area.
Okay.
And I like an underdog team that hasn't been to the Super Bowl in 40 years.
Yeah.
I really wanted the Bengals.
Yeah.
I really did.
They played well, though. I have to say, it was an exciting game. And I'm not even a football fan.
The 7 games of the last 3 weeks are astounding.
Yeah.
The amount of time we spend in front of a TV and we're not disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Netflix series.
That's so true. That is so true. Listen, you can't ask for anything more. But we got lots to talk about because, your amazing career and everything. Let's start with Run and Gun, because I have to say, I like seeing you as the bad guy. Was that the...
you saw the movie?
I did. I watched it over the weekend. It's crazy. And your character is insane. Weird? Your character is nuts. He's a nutcase, no question about it. But, listen, playing a bad guy, we don't get to see that too often from you. So that must have been the draw for you, I would think.
Look, I'm offered a job. I'm one of those actors for hire. You want me? I'll probably do it. Okay? All you got to do is ask. That whenever I get presented something like this, it's usually on stage. It's never on TV or in the movies.
Right.
So being that guy was thrilling. Whenever I get a part like that, I go, why did you pick me? I wouldn't go to me first. I know I'm capable of it, but I wouldn't go to me first. And they just sort of said, you'll make it interesting.
Yeah, you did.
And I think this guy is interesting.
Yeah.
I think that the movie has elements of a really good action movie, guns, fights, handsome, good guys and stuff like that. And then every once in a while, if you're lucky in a good thriller, you get an interesting bad guy.
Good
and
point.
I want to see that interesting bad guy. I mean, the Mandela effect, that he's driven by the Mandela effect.
Right.
It's first of all, it's the weirdest thing in the world.
100%.
That I had to justify it. But here's how I justified it. The world is off kilter right now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, with the Senate and the ignoring certain things, they're just right in their faces, patriots, and what is going on? What's doing that? How do we explain it? So you say, if you're nuts, there's a parallel universe. Some people are acting good, some people are acting nuts. This guy acts nuts. And that's how I justified it.
And I like, the look too, like his beard and the whole thing. It was like I say, a very different kind of look for you, everything, right?
Yes. In fact, the hair, I was going for Richard Nixon. And the beard, I was going for Nixon's rabbi.
I don't think Nixon had a rabbi.
What? What happened was I did a movie, another interesting movie.
Yeah.
That's science fiction, where I played a former government employee who worked for secret intelligence, who knew things about aliens.
Right.
And I was on the run from the government, and I'm out in the woods sleeping, and I figured, well, I had a beard because of COVID. We shot this right after the initial shutdown. I had the beard. I said, what do you think if I had a beard? And they said, yeah. And it worked. It worked because I was a guy living in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it totally worked. Yeah, it totally worked. I mean, this guy's, he's kind of we know he's menacing, but he's very calm. He's very calm.
Well, there's always that underlying, still waters run deep type of thing. But that's who bad guys are.
Yeah,
Alan Rickman in Die Hard didn't move a muscle.
Good point.
Until he fell out the window or whatever. Spoiler alert. But I just kept the beard for a while, and then I kept it for about 6 to 8 months. I think after I did a Curb where I had the beard, I said, that's enough. That's enough. I'm gonna get rid of the beard.
Okay, now that you brought up Curb, because seriously, one of my absolute favorite shows on the,
Sure.
like he could, you guys can do this series until everybody drops dead, as far as I'm concerned, because honestly, and that's 100 years from now, by the way. But I want to say, Richard, like having, look, you started your career, you went to Second City, you've got that improv background, but to be amongst this group, like the creme de la creme of improvisation, because that's what this show is all about. You are so in your element. I mean, you must have so much fun being amongst these people.
I do. Well, first of all, Jeff Garlin is one of my best friends. So being with him elevates my performance. Larry, it's not that he challenges you, and I can't say he's like a father figure that you want to please him, but you know how brilliant he is and what he had in mind while he was writing the scenario.
Right.
He doesn't write the lines, he writes a scenario.
Yeah.
And he wants to tell a story that if he could, he would tell it in front of a microphone on in front of an audience, but he doesn't. So we perform it this way. And whenever we finish a take, I always go, is that what you want? Is that what you're looking for? Because maybe I'm funny, but more important, am I furthering the story that Larry wants to tell? Right. Because as in Seinfeld, and even more in Curb, in Seinfeld, you had to tell the story of these four people. In Curb, you have to tell the story of Larry.
Yes.
Are we serving that story? Wouldn't it be great if we all got laughs? But our job is to serve the story for Larry.
Yeah.
And if you get that in your mind, and it's very difficult when you're doing improv, much less anything, is I want to star. I want to be great. I want to win the Academy Award with this particular improv line. Maybe you can't. You got to serve the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what you do.
It's brilliant. It really is. I love it so much. And speaking of Jeff Garlin, also you did the Goldbergs too. So was that because he bring you into that?
Pardon me?
Did he bring you into that, or was that just something you were offered as well?
Just something I was offered as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but again, to be with Jeff, phenomenal. Greatest guy. I love him dearly.
Yeah, no, it's great. I love seeing you this. And then, you look back at your career too, of some of the things that most recently being involved in the film Tick, Tick, Boom. I mean, come on. Seriously.
Let me tell you something. This is a very telegenic business. And when you look at my face, you go, not where I'd put you, all the time. You're not Leonardo DiCaprio or Matt Damon or one of those guys. And I guess there's a place for me. And I'm just lucky that other people are willing to take me along for the ride. Yeah. I got John Mulaney, who I adore and is so brilliant. So proud of being associated with his best stuff. Lynn, who is a friend, and I know, but then he called and said, would you do this? And to be opposite Bradley Whitford. But here's the best thing, and I don't know whether your audience will realize this, but in the scene that I did, were about 35 of the finest composers and lyricists who were sitting in this class.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And if there were 35, I'd say 28 of them I know, maybe 8 or 9 of them I've worked for. And they make up Broadway for the past 30 years.
Yeah.
People I was raised on and have been affected by. And I'm doing my little sketch, but playing this guy. And I can't believe I'm doing it with Lynn and with Andrew Garfield and Bradley and these magnificent people representing Broadway right in front of me.
I tell you, Richard, I've now watched this movie 3-4 times because I'm a huge Broadway fan. I love Broadway. I can't get enough of live theater, musical plays, whatever. And I was analyzing that film, and not the first viewing, but then after I went back, and to see the Broadway elite in that film, I mean, that Lynn was able to get them all together.
Yeah,
it's just a testament to him, obviously, but also to Larson, and what a genius he was.
You know what? I'm going to be honest. The first thing is an actor gets a job, especially a Broadway actor gets a job on film. This is great, great. To be able to work for Lynn, with Lynn, and to have been asked that it was such a fine film. Who knew?
Yeah, who knew? Yeah.
And then we all saw Rent.
Mm.
Most of the people, 80% of the people there were truly directly affected by Rent.
Yeah.
And yes, what a testament. And when you say the words, "He died so young, how tragic," what can we do? And all of a sudden, we're given the opportunity to pay tribute to talent, and talent lost too soon.
Yeah.
What a gift.
Yeah.
What a gift. Very, very proud to be part of that.
Yeah, you should be. It's a fabulous film. And you look back on all of the roles that you've played and everything, even, what was is there one that just truly always stands out for you? I mean, you got to work with the Coen brothers. You've worked with almost everybody. I mean, you played Rudy Giuliani, for God's sake.
I know.
I mean, right? But when you look back, is there something that you go, yeah, this really makes me proud, and I can,
Yes. There are three things. Number one, Bing Bong in it's somewhat, it's not me. It's magnificent Pete Docter and his magnificent heart and
Great
brain. Yes, the Coen brothers. I love A Serious Man, a very well appreciated. And I don't know whether I would consider it underseen, but it's a terrific movie. And then I did a play. You start mentioning plays and people don't really, you only get 300 people to 1,000 people at a time,
right,
watching a play. So it doesn't have the wide berth of the movies, the TV. But I did a play by Tom Stoppard, done a few by Stoppard. To be in his world and in his words is one of the luckiest things I've ever been able to do. And I was cast against type. It's a play called Travesties. Usually you get a great British actor to play the role, and the director wanted to make the show especially funny, even though it covers a lot of dramatic work. I play an ex-World War I veteran who happens to be living in the same town as James Joyce and Leon Trotsky and Tristan Tzara, and with the Dada thing and this man. It's brilliant. It's a kaleidoscope of ideas. And I got to do the role.
Yeah.
Now, only certain people saw it. I only got 2.5 weeks of rehearsal, of which I know the recent London cast got 3 months. But we got 2.5. And what's great about theater, I did it for a short time, only for about 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the second week of performing it in front of the audience that I was able to realize and use that as rehearsal to say, oh my God, that's what this man is like. Wow. And doing a play and discovering things while you're on stage, if you're in the moment, and yet you're going, oh my God, this is how I feel. What a revelation. That's the most thrilling thing. You don't get that on TV.
No, of course not.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's make our day. Let's film all these pages. But a play, you get to rehearse, and usually you get previews.
Yeah.
And then, you do summer theater, you don't get previews. And it wasn't about 2 weeks until I found out, oh my gosh, that's what this man is all about. That's thrilling.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. Well, like I say, listen, thank you for the many, many years of great entertainment you've given me. I'm thrilled. I'm always such a big fan of yours and everything that you choose. And anything else coming up like soon that we'll see you in?
Well, Run and Guns is a really unusual and weird movie that deserves to be seen.
Yeah,
It ain't going to change the world, but it sure is a lot of fun, and it's interesting fun.
Very escapism. Sure.
Escapist film.
Yeah.
I've got a movie called Monsters in California.
Yeah.
What else have I got? I got a lot of,
I'm sure you do, and you're
I
doing
go
your,
all over the place.
you
I'm
are,
just-
your voiceover, still doing all of that, and
Yeah, I'm just sort of a monkey on a string. They point me where to go, and I go, oh, okay, I'll do that.
well, we're happy that you do. Keep taking them where, you know, and come visit us in Toronto when you can. I think the borders are starting, everything's lifting now, so we're getting back to normal. So come back and visit us.
I love it so much. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much for your time. Always a pleasure. And have yourself a fantastic day, Richard. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.